Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Imagine a tiny piece of metal in your pocket that someone else would pay the same price as a small car to own. $245,000 for a 5-cent coin. Ridiculous? Maybe. Possible? Also, maybe. But only under very narrow, provable circumstances. Today, we'll look at the coin in the thumbnail. What features could cause an extreme valuation, why most 2005 nickels are worth a few cents to a few dollars, and the exact checklist you must follow before you believe a 6-figure price tag. Hi, I'm Coin Explorer. On this channel, we cut through the hype and teach you how to spot real numismatic value. I'll tell you the precise reasons a dealer, auction, or private collector might attribute $245,000 to a coin like this. I'll show the physical things to inspect, the paperwork you need, the reputable places to verify it, and the red flags for scams or inflated online listings. I'll also explain how provenance and grading can make a dramatic difference, sometimes legitimate, sometimes not. Stay with me for the full checklist. What coin are we looking at? This is a Jefferson-style obverse with the date 2005 and a P mint mark visible near Liberty. And on the reverse is a buffalo design on a branch, a design that resembles the buffalo nickel motif but adapted for the 2005 Westward Journey series or novelty designs. Most Jefferson nickels from modern years, including 2005, are common circulation coins. They were struck in the millions and normally trade for face value to a few dollars unless something exceptional is present. So why would anyone attach $245,000 to one? There are exactly 3 legitimate paths to that scale of valuation. 1. A genuine, extremely rare minting error that numismatic experts agree is unique or nearly unique. 2. A historically important specimen with impeccable provenance and a one-off pedigree. Example, the coin belonged to a famous hoard, had documentary evidence dating back to the mint, and the market agreed it's unique. 3. Fraud, misattribution, or speculative marketing, the most likely reason behind many 6-figure online listings. We'll examine each path and show you how to separate the real from the fake rare mint error. Certain minting errors can produce extraordinary values. Misstrikes, double dies that affect the entire coin in a way no other coin shares. Mules, reverse paired to the wrong obverse. Off-center strikes so extreme they are art-level unique, or planchets made of the wrong metal. If a 2005 nickel were to fetch $245,000 legitimately, it would likely be because of one of these. A totally unique die error. For instance, a proof obverse struck on a wrong planchet from another denomination or metal and also showing a mint facility symbol that should be impossible. A true mule, a combination of obverse and reverse that were never intended to be paired, especially if it came from a limited experimental striking. A dramatic double die or repunched die, creating features not seen on any other collectible examples. How to inspect. Magnification. Use a 10 times loop or high-resolution photos. Look for die cracks, doubling on letters and numbers, and unexpected metal flow. Edge and planchet. Is the composition correct? A different alloy or thickness is a major red flag or, if real, major value driver. Strike consistency. Is the error random, like damage, or consistent with a die problem that would exist on multiple coins struck from the same die? Remember, high-resolution photos and side-by-side comparisons with known good specimens are essential. Even a relatively common coin can skyrocket in value if it has extraordinary provenance. For example, it came directly from a famed hoard. It was owned by a historically significant figure, or it was included in an important early mint trial. That's how some coins become unique in the mind of collectors. What you need to see. Written provenance that traces ownership back decades, ideally to the time of the mint. Auction records or receipts from major auction houses, Heritage, Stack's Bowers, Sotheby's, etc. Independent expert letters or contemporary documentation that corroborates unusual origin. One single document from a recognized source can change a coin's market reception dramatically. But provenance without physical evidence and without matching grading is not enough. Scams, speculation, and misattribution. Many online listings attach huge numbers to everyday coins to attract views. Be skeptical. Red flags. No high-quality photos of both sides and the edge. No third-party grading certificate, PCGS, NGC, ANAX, or inconsistent slab details. Vague wording like rare variety, without specifying the die variety, error type, or provenance. Private sellers refusing independent verification or insisting on an as-is sale for 6 figures. If a listing says $245,000 but has low-quality images and no certification, assume it's marketing, not a market-based valuation. The role of grading. Third-party grading is the backbone of high-end numismatics. PCGS and NGC maintain census data and population reports that show how many examples of a given coin and grade exist. For a modern coin to achieve 6 figures, it would almost certainly be slabbed, encapsulated, by a top service and carry an explicit error designation. What to check? Slab authenticity. Do the serial numbers and labels exist in the grader's online database? Population reports. How many of this variety grade exist? A single specimen, unique, is the strongest claim, grade versus eye appeal. High grades can add value, but they don't create 6-figure jumps unless combined with rarity or error. If the coin in question is raw, not slabbed, insist on grading before any high-priced transaction. How to verify a $245,000 claim, 12 to 3 p.m. Step-by-step checklist you must follow before believing or paying for a 6-figure coin. 1. High-resolution, unedited photos of both faces, the edge, and extreme close-ups of any peculiarity. 2. Confirm slab, grade details with PCGS, NGC online lookup, if slabbed. 3. Ask for provenance documents, previous auction catalog entries, or hoard records. 4. Request an independent appraisal from a major auction house. Many will give a written condition report or take the coin on consignment and market it. 5. Compare to sold prices, not asking prices, from reliable auction results. A 6-figure asking price is not the same as a 6-figure hammer price. 6. If buying, use an escrow service and only release funds after a final verification by a trusted expert or auction house. Experts and where to go. You have a coin you think might be extraordinary. Contact major coin auction houses, Heritage, Stax Bowers, Great Collections. They'll authenticate and often advise. Use established dealer networks with strong reputations. Get multiple independent opinions. Post to reputable numismatic forums with full images and ask for input. But take anonymous online responses with caution. Real market context, important to set expectations. The modern coin market is fueled by verifiable sales. If a niche coin really sold for $245,000, there should be a public auction record with a lot description and images, press coverage or a catalog entry, a slab with a recognized certification and population data. Absent those, $245,000 is either speculative or fraudulent. Most 2005 nickels, even in brilliant condition, do not approach high hundreds, much less 6 figures. So if you hear that number, demand the receipts. Red flags and how to avoid being scammed. One-of-a-kind listings without provenance or slab. Sellers who pressure you to act quickly or insist that you can't get independent verification. Payment via untraceable means or refusal to use escrow. Lack of return policy or inconsistent serial numbers on a slab. If you encounter these, walk away. Walk away from too good to be true, unless every item on our verification checklist checks out identifying specific errors. Examples. Here are the coin-specific errors that could matter on a 2005 nickel. Die clash or die break with diagnostic patterns that match documented rare varieties. Wrong planchet or wrong composition, e.g., A nickel struck on a dime planche, which would be extraordinary. Minting anomalies that show in the lettering or date in ways that match recognized, cataloged error types. But a warning, many errors are just post-mint damage, cleaning marks, or circulation wear. Differentiating mint state anomalies from post-mint damage requires experience or a third-party grader. Why we're so fascinated. Part of the allure is the story. Coins connect us to history and to the minting process. A single die crack tells a production story. A unique planche hints at a production anomaly. Provenance ties a small object to a large human narrative. But love for the story must be anchored to facts. Romanticizing a coin without verification is how misinformation spreads. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more coin investigations, with real verification steps and auction follow-ups, subscribe and hit the bell. If you have a coin you think might be the next 245K story, post clear photos in the comments, or send me a DM with high-resolution images and any paperwork you have. I'll look at it and point you to the next steps.